so fun.
If you've ever had this feeling,
I'd like you to channel.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another stream. I hope you're all doing well today on this Friday evening. So good news, Call for an Uprising's channels. 2 more of them got banned, and that's good. Ooh, let's take a look at the... We're on a hype train already. Lovely. Today is going to be a little bit shorter of a stream, because Jake and Alex and I, and maybe Sarah, depending on if she's busy doing other stuff, we are going to rather be watching Suicide Squad. So no spoilers for Suicide Squad. I haven't seen it yet. I'm watching it later today. Don't be a dick. Pure Big Mad Boatman, thanks for 4 months. Wagroads 13 with 30 bits. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bitter Grin, thank you for 8 months. Bubble Homestead with 100 says, y'all think we can maybe just put the COVID vaccine in hamburgers or something to get people vaccinated? Like when they put the rabies vaccine in bait for raccoons? you gotta put it in a little, you gotta ball it up in cheese. Like when you gotta give medication to your dog. Bumble Home read that one, sorry. Mike Max with a link. And spoilers for Suicide Shark. King Shark is a shark. Okay, I'm not gonna click on it then, I don't want spoilers. Fresno12 with 100 bits says, on a Friday, what a treat. Not for me. I was supposed to have electrolysis today, but I was ill this morning, so I couldn't go, which is why I'm here. So, you know, I guess it's a good thing for you guys if you want to stream. Not great for everything else, though. I like James Gunn. I do. He's a good director. Daddy Sume says, spoilers, Hannah. Harley Quinn is in it. Banned. Lord Necro JZ, thanks extending your subscription through September. I appreciate that. Raw Inks says, bits for hype. Hope you had a great day, Hannah. Gonna work on art commissions while I listen. I wish you the best of luck in the arts. Kirthin, thanks for 11 months, says, Hannah, I love those glasses. I actually picked these up yesterday, as well as this shirt and these shorts. Sarah, who is, I hate doing this because I don't like when people define people by their partners, especially when it's like a woman and they get defined by their partners. But I don't know if any of you know Sarah. If you don't know Sarah, you certainly know Jake, Corn Man. So Sarah and I went to the mall yesterday and went shopping. So I got this shirt that says, mentally elsewhere, I think? It's backwards for me. I'm gonna say mentally elsewhere. And it's got the cute, like, shoulder drop-off things. These shorts that have like sort of moon designs on them. I got these sunglasses that I thought were cute, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, had a really great day yesterday. That was a ton of fun. I was a little nervous, as I usually am when I go out in full femme mode, you know. But everyone was really nice. I had a great time. You know what's weird? And I talked I talked to Baja about this too, and I find this really interesting on like a sociological level. The way people interact with you in public when they view you as masculine or a man is so different from how they deal with you when you are outwardly expressing femininity or they perceive you as a woman. Women in particular. I always knew on some level that, like, cis women in particular, and I feel this too, men sometimes make me uncomfortable, strange men, whatever, but like, oh, I gotta switch the, sorry, I didn't realize I had the window capture. There we go. Anyway, so women in particular, like, you know, I'm used to going out in public for most of my life in, you know, presenting masculine, and completely day and night experience, going out in my full makeup and everything, and I thought I looked, you know, relatively cute, even though my outfit wasn't the best. But, like, no, totally different. Women are, like, nice, and that sounds terrible. That's not what I mean. Of course, women are nice. Random people are usually nice, men included. What I'm saying is, understandably so, women in public spaces when interacting with men versus women have their defenses much more up when interacting with a man than they do with a woman. And it was very nice. You know, I had some conversations with these people. They were friendly. Sarah and I had a discussion with someone who wanted to get into D&D. They were a lovely person. So, I don't know. I just had a really great time yesterday. It was very affirming. Don't get to spend a lot of time with Sarah, so that was fun. Got to catch up. Overall, really great day yesterday. 10% to the third level hype train with 4 minutes left. Mike Mack says, the link I sent isn't a spoiler, it's a funny video. Is it from the Harley Quinn show? Because I can't play that either. 0M80 says, Suicide Squad spoilers, Loki lives. Yautja XD, thanks for 100 bits. MW1642, thanks for 15 months. Kid Knives, thanks for a bunch of bits. Appreciate it. What else was I gonna say? I don't know. I had fun yesterday, though. It was a good time. And my lipstick matches my nail polish. Vaguely. So that's nice. Daddy Sume says, something I hate about myself, my looks make me come across as a chud. Like, I've had coworkers assume I was a right-winger, but then they realize I'm more left than they are, and we start giggling together. That's kind of funny. What do you mean you look like a right-winger? Do you walk around wearing flannel all day and a beard? Like, what are you wearing that you look like a chud? 74Quinn74 says, I bought my first car yesterday, so happy. Also, I much prefer to be introduced and introduce myself to others as I'm Quinn, Blue's boyfriend. Sometimes I wonder if I should feel bad about it. I just don't. Happy for your gender-affirming experience. Kirthan becomes the stream boss. Lord Necro JZ with 2,750 bits says, don't know if you saw it last time, however, I wanted to thank you for your part in coming at as trans. I assume coming out as trans. You don't have to thank me. It was something I needed to do to be happy with myself. If me being open about what I am going through in my transition helps anyone, that's awesome. But I'm not gonna lie, it's a primarily selfish experience. I'm not doing it, you know. Well, I would hope that me being open about stuff like this, even some of the uncomfortable stuff or some of the embarrassing stuff, or like when I come on here and I'm not wearing a full face of makeup or whatever, you know, or like right now, I just got out of the shower, my hair's all wet. I don't know. Well, I would hope it helps some people recognize that you don't have to, like, live up to a certain, like, unrealistic standard to be valid as a trans person. That's not necessarily my goal as much as I'm just lazy. You know? I don't know. But either way, if I can help anyone feel more comfortable in their own skin, that's awesome. As a side effect of my inherently selfish and lazy lifestyle. Lord Necro JZ with 2,750 bits says, just because, thank you. Getting a lot of fucking bits today. Wow. Kropotkinist, thanks for 5 months, says you helped me for sure. Hannah, 4 months, 13 days on E. That's awesome. Good for you. You saw the Nazi Trump cards? Yeah, I know. This is a GIF someone sent. What did I miss? Daddy Sume says, it's more of the way I carry myself. I'm a fairly intimidating guy when you don't know me. I can't help, it's my history of abuse that makes me just present that way. I have no idea how not to do it. That's a shame. Oh, did Lord Necro JZ become the stream boss? You killed it. Anyone else want to steal the stream boss and give me money to do so? Because you can. I'm joking. Did I see how they misspelled official on one of them? I did. If you didn't see it, we're at 90% of the level 5 hype train with 4 minutes left, by the way. The Trump campaign? I don't even know what to call it. The Trump organization reached out to their followers on social media, whatever social media they can still be a part of, I guess. And we're like, we want official Trump member cards for people. Pick a design. And these were the designs that they had them, like, vote on. And first of all, top left. Come on, you might as well throw a fucking swastika on that. That's a little bit, hold on. Nazi. Like, guys, come on. This is, really? No one was like, guys, is this maybe literally just exactly the Nazi fucking eagle? Should we put that on our cards? In fairness, whoever designed this obviously knew. Like, this isn't a little bit. This is like, this is the difference between, like, different versions of the Batman logo. You know what I mean? It's that level of difference where it's like, yeah, it's still Batman, but it's a little, it's shaped a little different. This is the 1985 Batman from Tim Burton, or 1989. And this is Warner Brothers' Batman versus Superman Batman. You know what I mean? It's a little updated. Either way, like, the eagle's head is even turned the same fucking way. That was a 50-50 chance. Anyway, Jeff Millart says, could you help me feel less comfortable in my skin? I'm trying to motivate myself to molt. Sit under a heat lamp, you'll be fine. Casual Snark with 50 bits. X Flowers for Brains with 100 bits. Steve with a Q with 300 bits. Kirthin with 100 bits and a link. Thought this was really interesting. Go My Country. Oh yeah, or county, sorry. I always read county as country, I apologize. Yeah, my county is also one of these, super gay counties. You're welcome. It's all up to me. Whoever designed also probably did the coaching stage. The coaching stage. You mean the CPAC stage? I assume that's a typo. Yeah, CPAC. Okay, yeah. Puka the Duka with 500 bits. Blackwing Hecate with 30 says, I'm with Ben Franklin. Our national bird should have been a turkey. I agree. Bumble Homestead says, you know, when we're old, little kids are going to shove their history books with pictures of this shit in our faces and their stupid school reports. It'll be very difficult to resist cursing. You have a... How do I put this? You have a brighter look on the future than I do. Look at this shit. It's the same fucking thing! It's the same. You were seriously asking with that GIF? You didn't miss anything yet. We're just doing intro stuff and finishing up the hype train. We're at 139% of level 5 with 30 seconds left, by the way. Just Jess7, thank you for all the bits. Steve with the Q says, I think the map's more about where people feel they can come out. Oh, I agree. I don't think specific areas, you know, actually have... In fairness, there are some areas where I would imagine, like on the map, the gayest county was San Francisco, which historically is a famous area where, you know, gay people or, you know, queer people in general would move out to because it was a relatively accepting community as opposed to the rest of the United States. So yes, I'm sure there are some counties where people genuinely move there and they have a higher population per capita of LGBT people because of that, but also if you're in an area that maybe is like a metropolitan area, a college town, whatever, there's going to be more gay people. Not really that there's more of them, there's just more of them that are comfortable being out. You know? Like, let me put it this way. Back in my hometown, which is about 45 minutes from here, maybe a little longer, not many people were out as gay, just because it was a really rural community full of old people. That doesn't mean none of those old farmers were gay, or their wives weren't lesbians or bi. Some of them probably were, but they grew up in a time and place where it was unacceptable to express those things, so they just hid it. I would imagine that the per capita rates of LGBT people are probably roughly the same everywhere, at least in the United States. I don't know how this would, you know, work globally, but I'd imagine it's probably about the same. Either way, it's more about who comes out and who doesn't. Zandil, thanks for 13 months, says, took my first dose of estrogen today and still no boobs. Hashtag where is boobs? You'll know they're coming when you feel the pain. Give it about a month, you'll start having sore nipples and a sore chest, and you'll know they're on their way. Alright, we're doing a shorter stream today, like I said earlier, because I'm going to watch Suicide Squad with some friends. So let's just get right down to it. Call for an Uprising, one of the worst people on the internet, which is saying a lot. 2 more of his channels have been banned. Hooray! So let's take a listen to his 18-minute bitch fest about the fact that YouTube keeps banning his channels. One of the channels got banned this time in part because he made a video harassing me about being trans. So you're welcome, Call. Make another video on me. Do it. I'm still not gonna watch it, but other people will.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Okay, I need everyone out there to know this because I just became aware of this. I didn't even know this happened this.
This is definitely not melodramatic at all, by the way. Also, the stock photo site's watermark is still on this. He apparently couldn't find a picture of 2 gravestones that wasn't copyrighted. I feel like it's probably easy to find, but, you know, whatever. Do you? Flannel is bored, says, dude, I grew up in Jackson, not a gay person to be seen. So glad I live closer to a city now. Right? Blackwing Hecate says, I think I'm just starting to get the sore chest. I had to run down the stairs yesterday and it felt not great.
This morning. 2 of my channels, I usually...
You're right. I shouldn't invite him to do that. I don't think it makes a difference. I think he'll do it anyway, but I'm not going to watch it either way, so...
usually post below. My other channels, my backup channels, were terminated for no reason whatsoever.
No reason whatsoever. Anyone who's watched my channel for any length of time, who has seen a single call for an uprising video, knows that's bullshit. I declare that to be bullshit. With my Freemason gavel. Bullshit, Call. You know why. It's because you're an anti-vaxxer, a conspiracy theorist. You're homophobic, you're transphobic, and you don't even hide it. I know you think you hide it when you're, like, opaquely making jokes about, like, oh, Hershey Highway stuff, but people aren't stupid. People can see what you're doing, Call. It's not sneaky. You just are cringe. Daddy Sume says, found the boobies.
Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty.
I kind of thought it was going to be something like that. And then Yautja says, I pray to the gods this goes through. And there's a link. Oh, yeah. Senator John Ossoff files first bill in U.S. history to guarantee the voting rights of every American, closing loopholes in the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that continue to be exploited by Republicans. Doubt it's going to go anywhere. I hope it does, though. No reason is on brand for Call. Agreed.
Now, I know why they've been terminated as far as being reported upon, because the guys who dress up as furries and grind on each other.
This confused me. Because neither... And he talks about Surus in this and me, because Surus and I are the main people who cover Call's content. And by the way, if you haven't already, go check out Surus's channel. You can find Surus on YouTube or here on Twitch at NecoSurus. Highly recommend. Neither of us are furries, to my knowledge. I guess I don't know. Is Surus a furry? If he is, that's fine. I don't know. I'm not a furry. Someone who knows more about Surus. Tell me if he's a furry. You don't think so, right? Like, he likes Sonic the Hedgehog. Which is furry adjacent, but it's not being a furry. Strompoli for Wi-Fi with 30 bits says, what is this message apropos to? Stromboli for Wi-Fi says, I'm straight AF, and even I know that the prostate is fun to play with. Gay doesn't equal butt stuff exclusively. Yeah, I do. That felt like a non sequitur, but I'm happy for you. Danny Sume says, I made a thing because I'm a masochist. Go on, Hannah. You know you want to ask me things. Oh, God, you made one of these? Oh, I also made one of those. Hold on. Twitter. Profile. I made one of these things where it's like, oh, ask anonymous questions. If you ever want to, I made one of these. I'll answer your questions. If they're rude as fuck, I'll delete them. But whatever.
And have some sick, bizarre fetishes, and men who think they're women and vice versa. Get a little butthurt about other people's right of free speech.
Call, your right to free speech does not extend to a right to a platform on YouTube. Stop breaking their terms of service.
Because they can't back anything up and talk back and make a point, they just cry and try to silence you.
Yeah, you know all those videos where I cover Call for an Uprising and cry and don't make fun of him at all? Oh wait, no, every video of his, I point by point break down why what he says is stupid, and I make fun of him. Oh, okay, cool. Just checking.
I made it really clear. You're going to have to cut my tongue out to silence me. And I made it really clear to YouTube and to the elites. Now, I don't really think I'm anything special, so I don't think too many people care that much about me. But I know for a fact that, at least in the Hollywood circles, that they are aware of me and follow me. I've already...
How delusional can you be that you think your conspiracy theory YouTube channel that keeps getting banned is on the radar of literally anyone of any importance? No, Call, me and Surus are the best you're gonna get in terms of attention. I'm just, like, I know that's depressing, believe me, I know. But we're the tippy top. It takes a concerted effort for us to even get your TOS violations up the chain to YouTube. It takes months. But we do. But we are the most, how do I want to put this? Surus and I are the most powerful people who are even paying attention to you. And we have no power.
Proven the professional wrestling circles, which...
Unless you equate power with an encyclopedic knowledge of the Sonic franchise, then Surus is basically God Emperor.
Obviously isn't a big deal. Follow, and one of my main channels got deleted and then returned, shadow banned, and demonetized because the wrestler was all butthurt that I was pointing out all his satanic tattoos, and he was pretending to be atheist, even though he even had Freemason tattoos on his body, which is a joke. And I'm not done running
What is he talking about?
Him over either yet. So if he's out there listening, prepare to be humiliated at some point. But let me make this clear here. Let me show you this. Okay, so I have these two channels here. These are both channels that started as kittens. And you have the right, as a YouTube content creator, to change the name of your channel. So I really was just feeling like...
I just want to clarify, and this is a petty thing, but I need to point it out because the way this kind of stuff is discussed amongst people like Call frustrates me. You do not have the right on YouTube to change your name, nor do you have the right to do anything. You have the privilege to do it because the person who runs the platform, Alphabet, formerly known as Google, allows you as a user to do that. It's not a right. Right implies you are legally entitled to it, that the government cannot stop you from doing it. This has nothing to do with rights, Call. This is about TOS violations on a private platform. Daddy Sume says Hannah is the god emperor of cheese. Empress of cheese, I'll have you know. Jay Victory says, is shadow banning even a real thing? I don't think YouTube's ever officially come out and said yes or no on that. But just anecdotally, I've been on YouTube for about 10 years. I do think it is, yes. I do think occasionally YouTube looks at a channel that probably gets a lot of strikes or bans or demonetizations and goes, we're going to click a little checkbox on our end that, like, we're not going to recommend this channel to other people. It just is what it is. And I think that's happened to, like, the Hannah and Jake channel, too, years ago. But, like, it just kind of is what it is. YouTube is a platform. They're allowed to do that. It sucks. But, like, if you don't like that, you need to go somewhere else. It sucks, but it is what it is. Johnny Dice, thanks for subscribing for 4 months. Appreciate it. Says, thanks for the laughs and the insights. Well, thanks for the viewership and the subscription.
Like making channels about kittens, and then I decided I didn't want to. So are they?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Everyone else is so stupid. They clearly believed Call's transparent, facetious jokes?
Questioning. I don't know what they're questioning here because their guideline strikes here make no sense, but let me show you what it says. They removed my content, found severe or repeated violations of guidelines. I had no strikes on one of the channels. I had a warning on another.
Yeah, you can get multiple strikes at once. It happens. Daddy Sume says, many apologies. You're correct, my Empress. Sorry. Also, maybe he means he has the right to change his name. R-I-T-E. He knows how to go through the ceremony of changing his channel names.
Okay, so I had no violation, no reason that they could have completely deleted a channel. They could have given me a strike on a video. Now, this is where...
Call, they can give you a strike on multiple videos all at once. That's a thing they're allowed to do. It's YouTube. Like, imagine, let's say someone wanted to, you know, fuck over YouTube's TOS, and they uploaded a bunch of pornography to YouTube. Like, full penetration pornography. And this doesn't get caught for like a month because it's a small channel and they're naming their videos really obscure things. And they've uploaded 30 pornography videos. All of a sudden, YouTube gains wind of this somehow. Someone sends it to YouTube, it gets reported enough times to trip up the algorithm, whatever. Someone at YouTube looks at this and goes, oh shit, there's like 30 porn videos on here. And then they'll strike every video, you'll get 30 strikes all at once, and the channel will be banned into the dust, absolutely wiped off the face of the platform. Under Call's logic, I don't even know how he thinks this should work. Oh, there's 30 porn videos here? We better give him one strike for those 30 porn videos. Like, no. If you're flippantly and excessively breaking TOS and they catch you on multiple different counts, they all count. It doesn't all get wrapped into one strike just because you all got caught with multiple violations at once. That's not how it works.
The fairies and the flamers.
Here's the thing, Call. You fuck with the flamers, you're gonna get burned. Holy Love Stuff says, with 13 months, Call needs to be permanently removed from YouTube. His continued harassment of you and his constant spreading of bigotry needs to be stopped. Yeah, they can't IP ban him, though, because he uses VPNs, which he talks about later in the video. Casual Snark says, I believe that Call's kittens had rabies and were put to sleep. Oh. Blackwing Hackety says, I think this is partially my doing. I reported his video on you and another one, I think. It was a group effort of many people. A lot of people reported that video.
Well, this is...
Someone posts ContraPoints alert. This is not a drill. I don't know what that is. Oh, Contra is putting out a new video. I haven't been keeping up on Contra's content recently.
Where they were thinking they were outsmarting YouTube's system and whatnot by mass flagging certain timestamps of videos because that's what gets their attention.
Yeah, the timestamps were timestamps where you broke TOS and were either calling to violence or promoting medical misinformation or being homophobic or transphobic, all TOS violations. It's not like we randomly grabbed any timestamp from any video. Because I don't report... Yeah, that's the funny thing, too. Most of the time Call is breaking TOS, it doesn't get reported. The only time I've ever reported stuff for Call is when it's really, really bad. His persecution complex runs very deep.
And then telling them that I was somebody who was thrown off the platform and...
Your channels have been banned before, Call. You're not allowed to ban evade on YouTube. It's against their TOS. Strumboy for Wi-Fi says, full penetration always seemed like a weird standard to call something porn. Like, I've listened to porn ASMR, and that seems more advertiser-unfriendly than just appendage goes in whole. It comes from a very specific period in the history of visual pornography, where it was distinguishing between Skinamax-style simulated sex scenes, which were erotic in nature, but the actors and actresses weren't actually having sex. They were, like, making out, grinding on each other, maybe even naked, but in reality, like, the dong was taped down and there was no actual intercourse happening. Versus, I don't even want to call it real porn, because erotica is still porn, but, you know, full penetration was, like, pornography that you'd see, like, today on a Pornhub, where it's like, no, they're actually having penetrative sex. Lily Love Stuff says, wait, YouTube is worse at banning people than 4chan is? That's ridiculous. Morak says, 5 months, my drow businessman is getting into wine and possibly weed trade. Also, he's level 7 as of today. The number of soldiers he has in his back pocket grows. Wonderful. Hook me up so I can get some of that pipe weed. What do they call it in D&D? Halfling root or something? I don't remember the weed analog in D&D. I know our characters have used it in the last campaign I was in.
You know, apparently it's some
Halfling leaf? Okay.
type of terms of service. If YouTube throws you off the platform, you can't come back, which you easily can get around. They can't IP ban anymore, even though people say they can. Well, they can, but I mean, there's a ways around that too. VPNs, going to libraries.
I like that he's like, I wouldn't ban evade. Here's how I ban evade.
So, that's where YouTube's completely wrong and could have a lawsuit in there, but obviously I'm not
Sue him. Do it.
a hypocrite. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to sue and do this stuff, because I know they run and own the court systems, but I'll do a lot worse than that, because my
That sounds like a threat.
tongue is probably the worst thing that they could possibly deal with on the planet, all of these people. But so what they're trying to say
Hear that, ladies? Call's tongue is the most dangerous thing on the planet.
is that I was kicked off YouTube and I'm not allowed to be on here, when in fact my channel with 550,000 subscribers is still there. And if I was
Okay, but your other channels got banned, Call. Your 550 channel should also get thrown out, specifically because you're ban evading. It doesn't matter if your first channel that's a Call for an Uprising didn't get banned. You then made other Call for an Uprising channels that did get banned. You've been banned. You're now ban evading, and have been since the first termination. It'd be one thing, too, and this is interesting, because, like, certain other, people on the platform have been banned on their individual personal YouTube channels. Or they had, like, a specific brand, and that brand channel got deleted. But then they sort of get around this in a loophole where they'll create a new thing, and call it something else. Or instead of using their personal YouTube channel, Nathan Thompson's a good example of this. Nathan Thompson had a Nathan Thompson YouTube channel. He got banned, so then he went over to a channel that was co-owned by him and a friend that he just appeared on. And then it wasn't considered ban evasion. So there are ways around this, but Call for an Uprising is just an idiot who keeps making the same exact channel over and over again in the most blatant expression of ban evasion I think I've ever seen. Like, if he named each channel a different thing, maybe I'd be like, yeah, it's still, the spirit of it's certainly ban evasion, but the letter of the law might not exactly match up to that. But he's just an idiot who keeps making the same exact channel.
vain and I was doing this for fame or popularity, I would still be uploading there. Now other people go, well, you're doing it for money then, because that one's demonetized. That channel is
Oh, I don't think Call for an Uprising is doing this for money. I absolutely think he's doing this because he is demented and genuinely believes the things he's saying. Call is a dangerous person that's actually going to hurt people.
completely shadow
He probably already has with all his anti-vax stuff, honestly.
banned. I haven't gotten new subscribers in 3 years since they deleted the channel and then brought it back and demonetized it.
Yeah, you also haven't really been uploading to it. It's funny how that correlates, huh?
They've put it in a window so nobody can find it. So thus, the only people who will see it are people who want to see, who are already subscribed. And thus, I wouldn't be reaching new people. That's why I don't use them. That channel has 550,000. It's still on the platform. My other channel has 3.
It doesn't matter. Your other ones have been banned, Call. What is this standard where he's like, well, the one that I had that was the most popular before I stopped using it didn't get banned? Yeah, because you stopped uploading there, and then you uploaded elsewhere on a channel that's an identical channel, and then that one got banned, and you came back, and that's ban evasion. Flower Girl 13. Thank you for 13 months. Appropriate. Hey, 13 Mo. Here's to 13 more. DM Trey says, in more D&D news, my party is about to raid a library on an isolated secret wizard island. Gotta love big secret wizard libraries. Always interesting stuff.
300 and something thousand.
Yeah, he had 550,000 subs, or a little under now, but yeah. On his first channel, which he hasn't uploaded to in quite a while, I don't think. Let's take a look. Or if he does, it's very sporadic. Call for an uprising. This is his current channel, which is at 91,000 subscribers. Yeah, here's his original channel, which has 524,000 subscribers, and his last upload to this channel was a year ago. So he was sporadically uploading a year ago, and he was regularly doing so prior to that. And then YouTube started cracking down on anti-vax, conspiracy, QAnon bullshit, and they ended up not banning this channel, although it may have gotten some strikes at one point or another that have expired by this point. But they did sort of probably isolate it, so it became much more difficult for new users to find, which is a good thing, because Call for an Uprising is a fucking lunatic.
Which was also deleted and brought back and demonetized, the same thing they did to it. You can see if you look at the statistics on Social Blade, because I don't even know how to look on here really, but you can see that it gains no new subs. I used to gain like 500 to 1,000.
To be clear, YouTube's analytics system is not difficult to understand. I do think Social Blades is more intuitive and easier, but if you want in-depth analytics of your channel's growth, YouTube's is not difficult to understand, it's just a little cumbersome. DM Trey says, it's the library filled with information too dangerous to have in general knowledge and is too useful to destroy. I love stuff like that.
Subs a day. My new channels gain about 200 to 300 a day, which is...
I hope you guys find like a deck of many things in there. That'd be good.
More than wonderful, and I'm more than appreciative of...
Is that what it's called? The deck of many things? Hold on. Oh yeah, deck of many things. One time in our campaign, we went to the, oh gosh, what's it called? The Underdark, and we had to rob a bank probably isn't the right word, because it wasn't money they were storing. It was basically just a vault where they were storing incredibly dangerous, the Drow had collected dangerous artifacts and were keeping them under lock and key. To keep, you know, anyone from accessing them because they were considered too dangerous. And we went into the vault. Yes, vault. Thanks, HBird. We went into the vault, and Jake, who's the DM, we're starting campaign 2, like in September, by the way. Check it out. It's on actual Jake's Twitch channel. He described all the different cases that were around, and one of them happened to clearly be the deck of many things. And we were all like, no. That's bait. That's bait. We're not falling for that one. DM Trace. Oh, no, I've already read that one.
Of people out there who subscribe and, like, you know, find the content interesting or want to listen.
For those who don't know, the deck of many things in D&D is it a legendary magical item? It's a very powerful magical item that's basically a deck of tarot cards, and based on the random card draw your character does, something will happen to them. And it can either be amazing, and like, oh, you level up like 2 levels immediately, or like you gain a bunch of money, or crazy stuff. Or it can be things like, you're dead immediately and you can never be resurrected by any means, including a wish spell. Like, the risk reward is just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't do it. You're right. A lot of them are sort of middling or have, but Daddy Sume says, honestly, I think the deck of many things to be rather useless. It might be fun for a one-off side story or a what-if for your characters, because it's just not a good idea to play with it at all. 12 bad cards, 11 good cards, not worth the risk. I agree.
It just shows you that people want to listen to this content, just they're constantly preventing them from doing so. If my videos aren't getting strikes, then I'm not in violations of any terms.
Your videos are getting strikes! You're literally in a video right now talking about how 2 of your channels just got banned for getting strikes.
And since I'm not thrown off the platform, I'm not...
You literally have been. The level of fucking delusion and denial is insane. What do you mean you haven't been thrown off the platform? Your channels have been thrown off the platform multiple times.
ban evading, like they're trying to say. And then again, if you do throw me off the platform, again, I'll just make another channel. And if I name, I could, there's so...
I'm not ban evading. I'm not ban evading. And if you do ban me, then I'm gonna evade that ban. So,
so many ways around so many things.
Not as good of an argument as he thinks. Daddy Sume says, actually, that gives me an idea, forcing the PCs to draw from the deck, Russian roulette style. Yes, yes. That's actually not a bad idea.
In life, that's what people have to realize. You just can't let yourself get discouraged, which I don't let myself get discouraged, because this is what I know God needs me and wants me to do. I'm just a...
Has Call ever Googled, or I guess he's a weirdo, so maybe he DuckDuckGoes, or Bings. Has he ever DuckDuckGo'd Delusions of Grandeur? It might do him some good.
small clog in the wheel of...
Cog? Do you mean cog? The word is cog, not clog. Just a note.
Of trying to get truth out. Okay? But I'm not going to give up on that. And I'm not going to, and people could say, well, oh, you're doing it for this, you're doing it for that. They can say whatever they want. It doesn't get to me. I know my walk, I know my faith, and I know even in the last week or so, just reflecting on everything in prayer and just realizing, this is it, and I got to buckle up and focus and make as much content as possible. And I know that persecution is going to come in so many different ways for all of us.
You're not being persecuted. They're removing content that violates TOS. You're not persecuted, Call. You've been given far more leeway than you should have. You're getting treated with kid gloves. Are you kidding me?
And ways like this is nothing to me. This is like I've said before, flicking a booger. This is nothing. This isn't something that's going to discourage me, and it's not going to stop me. So all the flamers can flag the videos and all that stuff.
Oh, we can? Okay.
All they want. I have loyal people who listen to this channel who will follow. And I have the website, which I want and hope everyone will join. It's really important that you do. And I know I need to add PayPal to that, which I'm working on. And I've said that a million times, but I am.
If he adds PayPal, I'll probably join, because, if it goes through PayPal, my information will be protected. Strumbling for Wi-Fi says, Call means cog. He's literally a wooden shoe in the clockwork of our society.
I understand that some people can't. But the reason I don't exclusively upload there is because it's just going to be those people who are there. I'm never going to reach new people, So the website is for unfiltered content from everyone, in the forum to my videos. But it's also a place to talk to each other, to learn from each other. Because just because I'm a voice doesn't mean I'm smarter than you or better than you or anything else.
That's probably the truest thing he's ever said.
It just means you like to hear it coming out of my mouth. Well, it didn't come out good, but you know what I mean. And that's really what the platform's for, but how am I ever going to reach new people without being here on this platform? This is why I don't go to BitChute. This is why I don't go to Rumble. And people don't listen. They just keep commenting. I've made it clear a million times. Those platforms are going to be censored too. The reason I don't go there is because there's people the people who are there are already awake. I want to reach the ones who aren't. That is what I feel I've been called to do.
I think that's the only time people on BitChute and Rumble have been referred to as woke. Morok says, the deck has changed a lot through the years. 5e's deck is noticeably less dangerous but less rewarding than past editions. It's what it is, or it is what it is. At least the theme is still there. Looks at Tomb of Horrors 5e. Look how they massacred my boy.
There's a reason that the teens out there and stuff resonate with my channel too. Not just because, oh, well, he might talk about Beyonce or something like that. They can resonate with my personality, or I make things simpler and easier from the get.
Oh no, Call for an Uprising thinks he's hip with the youth. Yeah, kids love when my most when my most modern reference to popular music is Kiss. Man, kids love when I make fun of gay people, because young people sure are less tolerant than older people? No, Call, no.
A gift I believe I was given. I've always been a good speaker. Then again,
Then why don't you do that on your channel?
I'm not tooting my horn. I'm just telling you, I'm here on this platform to help wake up more people. Now,
I'm not tooting my own horn. All I'm saying is, like the Blues Brothers, I am on a mission from God.
if you're still listening, and I hope you are, these are things that you can do. I've appealed these strikes, and they might go away. And I've been very nice about it, because to be honest with you, as bad as YouTube is with censorship and all that stuff, it's just some individual who ends up seeing it or doing something about it. And sometimes they don't have a clue even what they're doing. Sometimes they do. But if they're going to keep silencing me, I'm going to keep creating. And if I have to make channels about cats and then rename them something else, I will.
He got us. He's making another cringe cat channel. Ah, what are we gonna do?
And if they want to link AdSense, I'll use a friend's ads. You know what I mean? I will find a way. There's a ways around
Call, we know you don't have friends. Come on.
everything in life. You can't let them discourage you with their bullying tactics, okay? You can't bully a bully.
Oh, good. He knows he's a bully. That's more self-awareness than I expected out of Call.
Well, you can, but the bully's going to bully back. But you can't outsmart me with this crap. This is just basic. I know that these, I know the community that's prideful, that their brains don't work properly based on their behavior, which they don't understand, because, anytime you talk about the problem with the community and stuff like that, they think that we actually care about what they do on the highway in their bedrooms.
Call, anytime you talk about gay people, it's like the only thing you talk about is how gay people fuck. You're clearly obsessed. You're more into anal than I am, and I'm very into anal.
When in reality,
Blackwing Hecate says, but does he have a tank of gas and is he wearing sunglasses?
it's their behavior. They aren't human. Look how they act.
Here we go again with the dehumanization of people he doesn't like. This is a theme that's been coming up a lot, whether it's John Doyle calling people NPCs or conspiracy theorists, like Call for an Uprising calling people who disagree with them basically non-human. Not great rhetoric.
Tell me those are human beings? The behavior, they're completely socially engineered humans. In a sense, they're a form of transhumans.
I am a transhuman. That is true.
Talking, acting, don't even realize why they're doing that, right? It has nothing to do with a preference that they might have in a bedroom. But point being is that they're not going to outsmart me ever in the history of my life. They never have and they never will.
I think that speaks for itself.
And I've made it clear to YouTube, and I'll make it clear to the anyone else out there who is in power who might listen to my channel. If you prefer I take it to the streets, it'll be a lot worse.
Hold on.
I've made it clear to you history of my life. They never have and they never will.
Do 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 do. Promoting terrorism says if YouTube keeps. I can't believe he's this stupid. I can't believe I have to type this out. I feel like a jackass just typing this out is how stupid this statement he made was. Says if YouTube keeps banning him, he's gonna take to the streets. and hurt people. You get it. God. Everywhere around the world, ready for a brand new beat. Summer's here, the time is right for dancing in the street. Hey, you know, fun fact. This is the timestamp where he threatens that he's gonna take to the streets and fuck people up because he's banned from YouTube. So do with that link whatever you want. I don't care. Golden Chain Chomp, thanks for the bits. Blackwing Hecate says half a tank, and Chrysia says also report him for dehumanizing. I mean, that's not a TOS violation. You can be an asshole. That's not a TOS violation.
And I've made it clear to YouTube, and I'll make it clear to the, anyone else out there who is in power who might listen to my channel. If you prefer I take it to the streets, it'll be a lot worse. If you prefer to put me in a cell, that's just as bad. Because I am not going to stop. You are going to have to do what you did to John the Baptist to stop me.
For the record, for those not as familiar with the Bible as I am, John the Baptist was beheaded and then his head was presented on a silver platter. So if you've ever heard the idiom, like, presented on a silver platter or head on a silver platter, that's an allusion to the biblical story in which John the Baptist is beheaded.
And there's no comparison between the two. I always loved John the Baptist and could relate as far as just...
John the Baptist was a wild dude who lived in the woods, ate bugs, and dipped people in the water to bring them closer to God. So yeah, I see the connection.
John the Baptist's passion, And that's what you have to do to get me to stop talking. So I can take it to the streets, and I can grab a megaphone, and I guarantee you that I could get a good majority of the people who follow this channel to come with me.
That'd be the worst parade ever.
And I guarantee a good portion of this audience who listens to me are well armed. To me. And I guarantee get a good majority of the people who
That's probably even a better spot.
Megaphone, and I guarantee you that I could get a good majority of the people who follow this channel to come with me.
Alright, let's try this one. Hold on. This happens at 9:57. Especially because there's a picture of YouTube's CEO on the screen when he says this. You'd think YouTube would maybe give a shit about this one, right? Like, can I just point out how, obviously I don't like Call, and I think he's the worst, but, like, outside of all the moral reprehensibility of all the things he says and does, can you imagine how stupid you have to be to make a video where you're complaining about being banned, and in that video, you literally threaten the life of the CEO of YouTube? I don't know. I just think... I think that's stupid, right? That's more than stupid. That's willfully wanting yourself to get banned from the platform again.
And I guarantee a good portion of this audience who listens to me are well armed, I should say, to protect, and they would protect me because I wouldn't be going out there with that. I'd be going out there with my voice. That's my sword.
Stochastic terrorism. The word of the day is stochastic terrors.
So anything and any games you want to play, I'll play. I'd love to play games. People who know me know that. I do enjoy it from time to time. Sometimes it can be a bad thing, and I have to control myself. But...
Wait, this is you controlling yourself? Ooh, boy. Hello, FBI?
This is something that is...
That's 2 words. You're 2 words!
Not going to stop. This is what my calling is, and especially knowing and feeling what's happening right now, I'm not going anywhere. Okay? And if you want to keep me demonetized on my big channels, go ahead. I will rely on God, and I will rely on the people who listen to my channel to become Patreons. That's why...
God can't even keep your channels from getting banned. Why do you think God gives a fuck about literally anything else in your life?
I say it's important and appreciated to become one, but you're still going to get my content one way or the other.
Oh yeah, Call us a Patreon too, doesn't he? Oh my goodness. Where is a call for an Uprising's Patreon? Around the world. Summer's here and the time is... Blackwing Hecate says, does it count as stochastic if he's literally saying, go commit terroristic acts? He thinks he's being sly about it, though, you know? I don't know. Okay, so, like, this is a call for an Uprising's Patreon. He has 520 Patreons. And if you go, I don't know if you know anything about Patreon, but I just thought, hey, you know, this is what Patreon looks like. You have a share button right here. You have a follow button. You can become a Patreon. And then there's these 3 little dots, and then it gives you options to either block this creator or report this creator. Huh. And then you can pick something in their Patreon profile or rewards, something they've posted on Patreon, or something they've done outside of Patreon. This creator is harmful. This creator creates graphic content. This creator is violating copyright. This creator is harmful. Hate speech. Oh, you can only pick one. That's kind of a shame, because he fits into a lot of these. Engages in hate speech. Well, I guess you could pick any. You could either say engages in hate speech, bullying or harassing, or inciting violence. Those are all true. I'm gonna go with hate speech. That's tough. That's real tough. So, you know, if you have any links that you want to share with Patreon... Casual Snark says he's speedrunning his channel bans. Jeez. I know, right?
That's up to you to decide. If you think and you can and you want to put $5...
Inciting? Yeah, inciting violence. You could use the timestamps that I linked earlier in the stream from this video. If you find that to be something that you would like to report to Patreon, I'm not telling you what to do.
Into a Patreon, well, it helps me make more content for YouTube, for reaching people out there who don't have a clue, who would normally not find my channel. I'm working on ways to make sure they can find it and making content that I know will, you know, hit them and pull them in and help them listen at least. So that's why Patreons are important. The website's just as important for us to stay networked. But what they're doing here is they're trying to smoke people out the same way they're trying to smoke people.
Timestamps 9:12 and 9:57. 9:57 is the clearer example, I would argue. So if you'd only pick one, I'd say 9:57 on this video. And here's a link to the video if you wanted it.
To get the jab. I've been saying that for a while, and unfortunately we've lost a lot of good YouTubers, but that's their decision.
You could also point out in the report, like, he's also does hate speech with anti-trans, anti-gay stuff, he's an anti-vaxxer, etc., etc.
Decisions to make, and I don't judge them for that. I don't judge anyone for anything that they do in their life. That's their business. A lot of them missed, of course they are, but that's their decision. If they feel led that they were supposed to stop, then so be it. I haven't felt led to stop. I felt more pressure on me to do more because I feel times are getting smaller and smaller and we're getting closer and closer. And I want to help as much as I can, help our Father in heaven. I want to help as many people as I can wake up to see what's going on. And I care
The funny thing is, too, I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in any particular religion. But, like, with my understanding of Christianity, and I've read the Bible, many of you know this from the other channel, I think the Christian God would think call for an uprising is a dick. And, like, the Old Testament God is a pretty big dick, and even the New Testament God with the hell stuff, I'd argue, but, like, at least Jesus, I think, would look at Call and be like, dude, are you okay? Like, what's going on? I think Jesus would walk up to Call, touch him on the forehead, and cure him of whatever is making him think this way.
About people, generally. Whether anyone likes it or believes it or not, it doesn't affect me one way or the other. I know what's in my heart. I know what I am. You know, when I look in the mirror, I know how I feel every day. And that's a fact. So, I'm rambling here, but these are things you can do. You can message YouTube on Twitter and do what this is what the...
Oh, I'm sure they'll love that.
This is how the flamers get all this stuff done to people and silence people, is they mass do this to the point where people who work at YouTube just eventually give in or eventually...
No, Call, it's because we're pointing out actual TOS violations. So when we bring that to their attention, it takes a while because YouTube is a giant corporation, and they get a ridiculous number of reports every minute. So you really got to work to get something into their attention, but once you do, they'll look at it and determine whether or not it's TOS or not. And your stuff is absolutely TOS violating.
Just go, all right, let me look at this. Okay, we took him down. Stop bothering me. That type of thing. I will leave links for how you can contact YouTube, and I'll leave links for the channels below who call on mass flagging free speech for channels like mine. These are the same people who have obviously taken the magic potion, who eventually are going to not have free speech.
We took the magic potion, guys. I can fly now.
I can just imagine them in tears, rolling on the ground when they realize what they've done and how weak they are. When, you know, they're not living in their video game land. But for the time being, they have that.
Call for an Uprising thinks a group of devil-worshipping child murderers runs the world and that he's an info warrior trying to wake up the masses in order to stage some sort of revolution from YouTube. But Cirrus and I live in a video game fantasy land. No, Call, I enjoy playing video games as a hobby, but I can determine the difference between reality and fiction, which you appear to not have as good of a grasp on.
So that's all they're going to rejoice in, because that's what most people do, is whatever's going on right now is all that matters. They don't want to think about what's next. And God is not going to forgive them for, you know, unless they repent. And anyway, that's against, not against, that's not the point of the video. So I'll leave them down below if you want to take a look at their channels and their videos and how they call upon mass flagging.
He didn't actually link to my channel, interestingly.
Free speech for people
just Cirrus's.
Like me, and then try to say...
Casuals Narc says, Flight, nah, you are regenerating like a Time Lord. I'm on to you. That'd be awesome.
Stuff like, you know, I'm calling on people having this or that happen to them, and just they you know, rile up their pathetic audience with their pathetic content. They need to use me and their...
My pathetic audience and content got 2 of your channels banned, in part. So that's pretty good.
Their content, because if you look at their video views, the only ones that get views are talking about me. That's kind of how it's always been.
For me, I know for a fact that's not the case for me. My most popular videos, I'm sorry, I know, and you know, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, but my most popular videos as of late have been the Peter content, so we actually have a conspiracy theorist we're much more interested than you. The Call videos get decent views, but certainly not the biggest, so if I'm really looking for like, oh, I need a video that a lot of people are going to watch this week, I don't go for Call for an Uprising. I usually go for Peter. Or John Doyle. I don't know about Cirrus. Nor do I think it really matters. Let's go to Cirrus's channel. YouTube. Cirrus. Check out Cirrus's channel, by the way. Here's a link. Yeah, my most popular video of all time is John Doyle after after Trump lost the election. Okay, so let's see what Cyrus's most popular videos have been. Mind-blowing facts that kill all atheists, Alabama bans Arthur episode, evolutionists say the darndest things, Paul and Morgan are bigots, Gun Girl Caitlin Bennett melts down, PragerU alarmist, Nick Fuentes thinks white Christians should, and then it goes on. Satan the brother of Mormon Jesus, featuring Mr. Atheist, aka why am I blanking out his name right now? Jimmy Snow. Another Caitlin Bennett video. This one has Paulogia. And then when we get into the third row here, finally we get a call for an Uprising video from a year ago. Then we have another PragerU video, Alabama abortion, evolution, No BS, Lauren Chen, Steven Anderson, Matt Powell. Don't know who this is, but it's not call, 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 not call. Here's a call for an Uprising video. You see what I'm saying? Like, Cyrus is covering Call more often these days just because it's interesting, and Call continually puts out monstrous content that's frankly pretty ripe for dissection. In terms of finding content that's both entertaining and worth talking about when we're talking about sort of important stuff going on, Call for an Uprising checks those boxes because he's both reprehensible, kind of crazy, so he's funny to watch and entertaining, and he says really out there stuff. But also, his beliefs are indicative of a not unsubstantial a not unsubstantial portion of the population, because unfortunately conspiracy beliefs are on the rise in the United States. So, Profane Priestess says, speaking of, have you kept up with Jimmy Snow stuff? Real bad. I haven't. Someone would have to fill me in on it. I have no idea. Insubstantial? Okay. But yeah, I'm just looking at, like, Cyrus's recent-ish stuff from the past week or so. Looks like one video is Call related. Like, the Call, it is not even the most popular video from this period. The Call video from a week ago got 6.7 thousand views. The next video, which is about some creationist, has 7.8 thousand, which is more. This Dave Rubin one has almost the exact same amount of views. This video on the KKK has more. This video on this hate preacher has more. And these are more recent videos, so they've gotten more views in a shorter period of time. Jesse Lee Peterson video has more. This video on Marjorie Taylor Greene has more. This video on QAnon has more. And that one's only from 3 days ago, so it had, like, half the time to get the views. So Call's claim here that, like, me or Cyrus are milking him specifically because he gets the most views is just another, like, weird delusions of grandeur thing. And it's not even a delusion of grandeur that would be good if it were true. It's not. You're another lol cow in our stable, Call. You're not the prize heifer, okay? You're at best maybe the veal. You're the baby lol cow that we leave chained to the floor that cannot move. And occasionally we get some quality stuff out of you. But you're by no means the prize. Bloodlock Moses says, just got off work. What did I miss? Call got 2 channel bans. Profane Priestess says he's been accused of assault. Multiple women. Who has? Oh, Jimmy. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not good.
Been for a lot of these clowns on YouTube who attack me, talking about me and putting my name in the tags and stuff brings attention to them. And then people listen and they're like, all right, what's he got to say? And they all sound completely insane or idiotic. And that's pretty much the way it usually goes. But it's an easy way for them to make extra revenue. And at the same time, I know that these people generally hate me. And I want to say that
that's hard to say. Specifically because I don't think Call for an Uprising is mentally well. I think he has, like... Ooh, that hurt. Sorry, my ADHD. I got a really bad bruise when I was mowing the lawn the other day. I had to throw a stick, and I didn't realize it had a protrusion on it, and when I threw the stick, the momentum, like, made the pokey thing stab in my arm, and it... that hurt. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. If I believed Call was a person of sound mind and judgment, would I hate him? Probably. I'd probably feel about him about the same as I do about John Doyle, which, yeah, it's pretty severe dislike. But I think Call for an Uprising is mentally ill, at least to some extent. I don't know. I really don't. Hate is a weird word. I wouldn't call what I feel for Call a hate. It's more just like bewilderment at the existence of this person. Hydrate. Will do.
Feeling's mutual, but it's not, because
Baja's asking for any links about the Jimmy thing, which I'd appreciate too, just because I want to know. I know I had been invited on a show on Jimmy's channel a while back, and I had to reschedule, and it hasn't been rescheduled. So if this stuff is true, then yeah, I'm glad it got rescheduled and we haven't rescheduled yet, because I wouldn't want to be affiliated with that. That's a tough thing that people don't really talk about a ton when we're talking about being sort of in this online community and going on other people's shows and stuff. Like, I try and stay at least a little up to date on what's going on with other people, but it always is hard. Like, I've worked with multiple people, even just recently, but you can never really know what's going on with people or if they're hiding something. So it always sucks if you've, like, worked with someone in the past and you didn't know, and then it comes out that they did some horrible thing, and then you're like, oh shit, I worked with that person and now I'm affiliated with them. It's always a minefield. I try and be relatively cautious about who I work with for that reason. Like, the only people I think I've worked with recently are, like, Surus and Altered Rin. I don't think either of them are gonna do some fucked up shit. But if they do, that would suck, right? Altered Rin's here. Altered Rin, don't murder anyone. Otherwise, all of a sudden I'm involved in the murder, okay? Altered Rin, you have to not murder specifically for the benefit of me, okay? Or at least to not have something be to the detriment of me. Daddy Sume says, like the time you worked with Sargon, big oof. Oh, I know. I know. Bittergrin says, cough, Sargon, cough. What if I help? No, then I'd have to kill you. In Minecraft. If you commit a murder with someone, you can't both know about it and still live. The only way three people can keep a secret if two of them are dead. You can't, I know what you did last summer this. You can't have a secret, we murdered a guy, pact. Someone's gonna tell eventually. So no one invite me to your murders. Okay?
these people are just completely lost at this point, and I'm trying to have more mercy as far as how I feel about people in these certain communities, because they are the problem, because they're the ones causing the censorship. They're doing what Big Brother wants with the left-right divide and all of it. But at the same time, I really just think that they're so dumb that they don't even know. And that's how they feel about me and you, which is pretty funny, to be honest. But
irony. It's like double irony.
We'll be seeing these people repent when it's too late, I'm sure. Or maybe even not. These are the people who are going to be yelling at God when judgment comes and holding the middle finger up, because that's how prideful of a generation that...
I also find that kind of claim funny, too. Like, I don't think the God of the Bible exists. It's fine if you do. I don't have an issue with that. I want to be clear. Like, I don't care about people's personal beliefs as long as you're not hurting anyone. I think that's a reasonable position, you know? If you ever want to have a discussion about, you know, the reality of beliefs, I'm happy to do so. I find that conversation interesting, but I'm not interested at this point in my life in getting in other people's business and being like, you believe that religious thing? You know, whatever. Who cares? However, let's say it turned out to be true. Let's say the Christian and Old Testament God turned out to be real and showed up and started doling out, like, divine judgment on the gays and you know, anyone considered a sinner by the standards of the Bible. I wouldn't be like, I was wrong all along. God is truly righteous. I need to repent. I'd be like, oh, we live in a universe that's like an H.P. Lovecraft-esque nightmare where the creator of the universe is a hateful bigot. That's horrifying. What a shame. Like, I don't even think I'd give, like, a middle finger, because what would that mean? You know, it'd be like an ant telling you to fuck off before it stomped you with a boot. But I'm certainly not gonna worship the boot. I'd be like, oh, fuck. The universe is horrifying. You know what I mean? I don't know. Broadlock Moses says, murder, question mark. Daddy Sume says, I never told anyone that the time we killed someone in the sex dungeon. Wait, I mean in Minecraft.
Satan and these people have created. So those links are below. Links to contact YouTube, tell them to put my channels back, and I'm leaving the URLs for those channels in the comment section so they know which channels, not just, hey, a call for an uprising, because I have many, and I've never been deplatformed by them.
I find I've never been deplatformed. Now please go to YouTube and beg them to give me back my platforms that they've taken from me. How's that conversation gonna go? At Team YouTube, my homophobic conspiracy theorist friend who had multiple ban evasion channels had them removed for anti-vax and harassment community guideline strikes. Please give them back. Thank you. Also, we think you're Satanists and eat babies. Stop it. Like, how is that gonna work? Morok says, I've played Shin Megami Tensei. I know the answer to Yahweh being real is making a deal with Satan and building a very unique team of pagan gods and go Minecraft the fucker.
Terminated one of my channels because I got 3 community guideline strikes.
Yeah, that's called getting banned. That's what getting banned is.
That's why they deleted it. That's it.
Yeah, that's a ban. What do you think a ban on YouTube is?
I've never gotten 3 strikes in a row to take a channel down.
Why are you contradicting yourself?
Till the 1-9er hit.
Yeah, because you keep promoting medical misinformation. Your claim here is literally, I didn't get any bans until I started doing bannable stuff. Then don't do that.
Nobody really did, to be honest with you, unless they were doing ridiculous video content or...
What was the link to this video? Here you go.
saying things they shouldn't be saying, but working within their guidelines. So that was the only one that got deleted, but my main ones are here, and I haven't been thrown off the platform. So if that's the argument that YouTube wants to make, that I'm ban evading, I'm not. Tell them then, if the LG Flames want to say that I'm ban evading, well, I have 2 main channels. You have to
that doesn't include me. That's a shame. You forgot the T and some other letters, Call.
tell them to take those down, and then tell me why. And the more that people see...
Please tell me why.
People like me get censored and then hear me and see my content, everyone out there who's on the other side is going to lose. Because they're going to say, why can't this guy talk? What's he doing? I'm not doing much. For the most part, people who are awake who listen to my channel, who are well awake, listen to at least try to laugh about some of this stuff or see the insanity in it. And that's kind of a way to wake up the younger people too. Almost like how these clowns on TV try to deflect and use, joking about some of the stuff. Well,
Ah, yes, the youth, Gen Z, well known for their love of cable and network television.
I'm not joking about it because it's funny. I'm using their same tactic with the mainstream media because it's ridiculous. And other channels probably do that too. So anyway, I'm rambling on here. It's been a little long, but here are the things you can do again.
Who is this call for an uprising guy? He's a conspiracy theorist dude.
I have the channels linked below, with the timestamps of when they
Fudge Factory LGBT. Are you Call for an
Call for
Uprising?
Mass
Call. I'm your biggest fan if that's you. Would you like to come on the channel and talk to me?
So let them know how, of course, you feel. And I have YouTube, the Twitter, whatever else I find or found, I'll have linked up, and with my channels, so you can tell them to reinstate the channels. And look, if they don't reinstate them, it would mean they'll do a clean sweep and they would take this one down too.
I hope to God that's Call for an Uprising. Please be Call.
Just put in a call for an
I could also just be a fan of his. Who knows?
uprising in the channel search, and you'll eventually find me. Join the website, and I'll have the information there of where I am on YouTube. And of course, I still do have Fudge Kittens, so you can subscribe to that channel now if you haven't. And not a lot of people have, which I don't understand why, but maybe people just don't understand what I'm doing, or people are like, well, that's your 4th backup channel, so I don't need to be there yet. Well, you might as well.
Yeah, his like 5th ban evasion channel is a Call for Fudge Kittens. He does a really cringy thing where, like, he'll make a channel that's like a Call for Glitter Kittens, and he'll make this character that's like a really like offensive old school gay stereotype that has not aged well at all in terms of humor value, and he just says really dumb shit. It's really funny. Moppy Mutton says, fun PSA cleanse? Sure.
Now it's the 1st backup channel, unless they reinstate these, because that's all I got. Or I'll just go back to my 550,000 sub channel, and
please do.
I'll casually post on there, but I'll be posting on my website. So I'll figure things out. I always do. I wanted to just do a rant about this.
Where'd you go, Fudge Factory LGBT? Don't you want to talk? Blackwing Hackney says, I think some clown is the worst thing you can call someone, because not only are you calling them a clown, but you're saying they're not a particularly memorable. Is that from something? That's funny.
Because somebody, and I want to thank the person, they commented in the comment section, they said your links don't work. Because it's not like I'm going in there, checking everything out every day. I mean, I'm on so many channels, I have so many emails.
You're just a trans furry that likes cats? Keep this person around. I want to talk to this person. I love you, Fudge Factory LGBT.
And
I hope your call so bad.
People pretending to be me on here. You know, like, Call, what about this channel? You didn't like this one. Yeah, it's not me. You know, and I tell people who want to re-upload my content, go ahead. But just don't make your channel a Call for an Uprising. And they do. Right? So people think those are my channels. They're re-uploading old content, which is fine. I don't know if the person doing it gets it or not, why I don't want them to. Well, because they can go comment in other people's comments and pretend to be me, and they're like, that's him. And then stuff like that. But anyway, these are my channels below. The one now is the only one you really can sub to. I'll keep you posted on if I win the appeals. I don't see why I wouldn't. But in the event I don't, I'm not discouraged one bit. I'm actually more motivated to make more, to do more, and to fight more. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Yep. Sure.
When you're hanging.
All right, folks. I appreciate all of you. Again, everything's linked below. Check it out. I hope to see you guys on the website. God bless all of you and your families.
So, calls, channels are getting banned for violating TOS. Surprise. Aren't you excited about that, Fudge Factory LGBT? Being the lovely trans furry that I'm sure you are definitely in real life, aren't you super happy that that loser Call for an Uprising keeps getting his channels banned because he's a delusional fuck that keeps putting out medical misinformation and talking shit about the LGBT community? I'm sure you must, because you're LGBT Fudge Factory, right? Don't you also think that Call is the biggest fucking loser? It's great. I'm glad you can hang out with us. Profane Priestess says Twitter do some stuff about Jimmy and people defending him. Alright, thanks. For sure, I hate anti-vaxxers and LGBT haters. That's great, Fudge Factory. Welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. This is so much sadder than if, like, Peter showed up, At least Peter, when he shows up, is like, hi, I'm Peter. Fudge Factory. We're going to continue with this person, even though we're going to end this segment. Fudge Factory. I'm going to show you, because you're definitely not Call for an Uprising, or at least one of his fans. Let's watch some other stuff that I watch. I'm sure you'll love it, right? Let's watch some other conspiracies.
Welcome to this Christian Patriot News Update. Today is
Christian Patriot News Update. Yes! Call for an Uprising would love this. Bellum Guardian, thanks for gifting a sub to Fudge Factory LGBT.
Friday, July 16th, 2021. As you can see from this graphic, by the time we're done with these forensic audits, we're going to find out that
I love this graphic just because they think Trump won California. Beautiful.
our favorite president won 538 electoral votes to Biden's 0. Some would argue that China Joe might have won New York, but time will tell.
This is probably pretty good, but I'm actually going to save this because, you know, Call for an Uprising doesn't like partisan conspiracy theories, okay? Call for an Uprising is a bipartisan, actually no, nonpartisan conspiracy theorist. And in respect of that, how about this? This is someone talking about the Orion Group, the true source of Satanism. That sounds like something Call would be into. I wish Call was here so he can enjoy this with us. Blackwing Hecate says, has Stinky Feet Goat Guy put up anything else? I don't think so.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ryushin Malone with the OrionLines.com. Today I'm going to go over a few of my new discoveries along with some Orion connections. This is going to be a quick video of the Orion constellations found all over the world. And so I'm going to start off with these are the Palladian pyramids I found
Fuck yes, the Palladians!
underwater off the coast of Connecticut. I'm not giving the location at this time. I'm waiting for funding to come in.
That's convenient. I don't know why you need funding to disclose to us where you think these underwater pyramids, these underwater alien pyramids are. Fudge Factory, what do you think about the Palladians? I feel like your opinion is probably very close to a Call for an Uprising. So, like, do you think Call for an Uprising believes in Palladians?
To get down there and explore, but I have found
Are those aliens? Yeah, a lot of conspiracy theorists believe in aliens, unfortunately.
a group of
You know, the same group of people that Call for an Uprising is a part of, even though he claims he's not, and he really, really acts like he's distinct from, like, the QAnon wackos, or people believe in aliens. He's a part of that group, though, even though he pretends he's not. You thought they believe in demons? That's the thing. Some conspiracy theorists believe that aliens are demons, or that demons are aliens. It's very interesting. This is why I cover conspiracy people, because they all come up with different random shit, and it's really interesting.
pyramids off the coast of Connecticut that align to the Palladian star system. They're off the coast of the Connecticut in the Long Island Sound. I've also found a group of pyramids in the Amazon. And
Wow, he found a group of pyramids just by using Google Earth? That's impressive. Call for an Uprising wishes he could come up with conspiracies this good. Seriously though, this is actually pretty funny. Look, it's clearly like an image of Google Earth, and then there's just like, I don't know, different coloration or lighting on these specific areas, and he's colored them purple, because clearly they must be pyramids.
I will not give up that location, and the reason why I won't give up the locations is because well, they've been ignoring me and keeping my work secret from the people, because the elite, it has been the elite's big secret, the aliens. So these are the Nazca lines. This map was made by a World Historical Society in 1994.
Fudge Factory, why aren't you responding to me directly anymore? I know my chat's fun, but talk to me, okay? Don't you know this show is all about me and my ego? Come on. Talk to me.
4. So I printed them out in 2018. I circled the 3 main intersecting points, and I knew that it was a star.
Eek the Cat 323 subscribes with 2 months. This guy's channel is about the same 9/11 truther and thinks demons help magicians. Ooh, yes, thank you. Oh, yes, thank you. New conspiracy channel. I'm gonna need new ones once Call gets permanently banned off the platform. I'm gonna have to find new people to cover. Trump's actions confirm he's an actor.
A corrupt global establishment that's raiding our country.
Pulp Free Fiction says, how do you do, fellow SJWs? It is I, a call for up kitten. I sure do love gays and liberals, vomits in mouth. Call will just keep making channels, though. Yeah, and the same thing will keep happening. They'll get fewer and fewer subscribers. And eventually, Call's Patreon is going to get banned. I don't know what Call does for a living, but it can't make that much money. I would imagine he depends upon that Patreon money to be able to spend the time to do the conspiracy stuff. So once his Patreon gets banned, which is just an oversight that it hasn't been banned already, he's pretty fucked. And that'll be a fun day. We'll throw a party. You're invited, Fudge Factory LGBT. Once the Patreon gets banned, you can come and we'll pop some, well, not champagne for me. Sparkling grape juice. You can have champagne, though. Does Patreon ban? It does. Fun fact.
And surrendering the sovereignty of our nation. This criminal government cartel doesn't recognize borders, but believes in global governance.
How Trump will prove that the Illuminati controls America. Ooh, oh, Fudge Factory, this is great. I actually need your input on this. I have a feeling that you're probably really in tune with the symbology of the Illuminati / Freemasons. So I made this list, and every time Call for an Uprising or one of these other conspiracy theorists says something is symbology relating to Freemason or the Cabal, I write it down. So if you could help me add to this, I'd appreciate it. We have the color orange, 33, butterflies, the sun, 5-pointed stars, pyramids, eyes, gold, blue and gold together, black and white together, covering one eye, that sort of rock-on hand symbol that rock stars do, crowns, spirals, the moon, quote, magic circles, Shakespeare, Freemason stairs, diamonds, big can't print clothing, aka like people wearing leopard print or whatever, diamonds, lightning, usually related to like that Bible verse where Satan comes down to earth with like a lightning strike, Saturn, cages, pizza, backwards words, masks, arches, heart symbols, peace signs, and red shoes. Fudge Factory, am I missing any Freemason Cabal symbols? Because I want to get this as accurate as possible so I know what to look out for. Freemasons, they're one of those lodges in my town. Alright, seriously, Call, you know, I get it. You're doing the call for cupcake kittens thing, the call for rainbows, I know. But we all know it's you, or absolute worst, one of your weird fans. Can we just, like, genuinely talk? I'm missing the 666. Thank you. Because genuinely, if you want to have a discussion about this, and I'm sure you're very mad at me and Surus today because we reported your TOS violations, so I understand being mad. But if you, like, want to actually talk, let's talk. Let's have a conversation sometime. Instead of you cringily pretending to be someone you're not. 666. I can center that a little better. We have standards here. There we go. Princess Amelia, thanks for 8 months. 74 Quinn 74 says, what about the Dussy? That's true. Call, are you aware of the Dussy? Just curious. Because the Dussy is very important to Freemasonry. I don't know if you would know about the Dussy. Sweet Bunny Mommy, thanks for gifting a sub. I don't know if he left. I gotta get going soon, though, because I gotta go watch Suicide Squad with Jake and Alex. But if Call wants to, like, talk sometime, I guess let me know. They're still here, yeah. Call, or Call's fan, I guess. Don't know for sure. Just so you know, we can see who's actually still watching, even if they're not, chatting currently, so. Just thought I'd let you know.
Is Donald Trump really an Illuminati puppet like Bush and Obama? I have been following fake news such as CNN and BBC daily in order to get a good idea on where Trump stands in the global New World Order conspiracy.
Why use the robo voice? That's terrible.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Well, same day, same time.
Microsoft spoken voices, you love those?
This is not to scale.
Strong Bully for Wi-Fi says, just watch the Suicide Squad. No spoilers, but you can totally see the James Gunn direction all over the place. Good, I like James Gunn. Imagine if he comes back with a different account. That would be very Call.
When I grew up,
If it is Call, when he spoke to Cirrus, he dropped ban-worthy words, so if he can figure out a delay, that might be wise. Oh yeah, if I did that, I'd do the delay thing.
the solar system was stationary.
Alright, honey, come on.
The sun was standing.
Would you stop this bullshit?
Don't you just love flat earthers? The account was created 13 hours ago. Yeah, that probably happened at the same time as the ban, and Call was like, I have a brilliant idea. I'm so not mad at Cirrus and Hannah that I'm gonna make an account just to go chat in their chats. That'll show them. Brilliant. Alright, let's do like a cleanse or two, and then we will call it a night so I can go watch Suicide Squad. Fried chicken gizzard sausage? Ew. Don't even think I want to watch that one. Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh! I don't know when I'll ever have another chance to do this. Call. My God. Call for an uprising. I'm going to change your life. Okay? Call for an uprising. This is my religion.
It wasn't just a dream, was it? He really was here, right? I think. I mean, as usual, he was here when we needed him most. But it was different this time. It felt like he really was here.
Good morning.
Ram, you're alive! You can talk!
Quixotic vision, I can. I can touch. I can feel. I can hear. And I can see.
Why?
You needed me.
How?
You believed in me.
Where?
From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from some place even higher. I can touch, I can feel, I can hear and see so much more than a fantasy. see. I can run, I can jump, I can dance and sing.
Believe in yourself and do anything.
Believe in yourself and do anything.
From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, but
From someplace even higher, Remlazar. Remlazar.
I can walk, I can talk, I can listen and learn as the wheels in my mind begin to turn. But I'll never forget what you've given to me. The power to touch, feel, hear, and see.
The power to touch, feel, hear, and see.
Mike Banks with 30 bits says, so you're telling me that we're being controlled by a group of people called the Illuminati and also by Freemasons made up by Jewish people, rich people, and celebrities who secretly are clones, Satanists, reptilians, and their goal is to hide that the world is flat but also hollow, but also in the Matrix, and they want to gain control of the world that they already control? Yeah, basically. Zero M80 with 45 bits with some Remlazar heads. And I think that catches us up. I cannot wait until the Call video where Call decides that Remlazar is satanic. Call, if you could do me a favor and make a video about how Remlazar is satanic, I would love it. And it would honestly make my life. So if you just want to do that, I'd appreciate it. The fact that there's a genuine chance, and again, I'm kind of half joking, because it could just be a fan of Call for an Uprising or another troll, but the idea that I might have actually just forced Call for an Uprising to listen to Remlazar, it's in the top 10 moments of my entire life. Maybe not my life, my career. I want to put that out there. Because I basically have a captive audience because he's so angry at me and Surus right now that he can't not watch me. Oh, yeah, and this has the 9/11 thing in it, too. This is ripe for conspiracy theories. Did you know that Remlazar did 9/11? Guys, what else can I make Call watch while he's here? What's something that we know he would hate? What would he hate? Bone Wolf Connor, thanks for subscribing with Prime. Can't be copyrighted, though. Danzy, ContraPoints. Either are good. Ooh, the Sonic character rating, yes. Was it like sexy rank or something? God, what was it? What the heck was the video called? Someone linked to me that Sonic the Hedgehog video. We're gonna make Call watch it. Mike Back says, "Truth that R-Truth, the guy that sounds like him." Top 10 Sonic females. Top 10 Sonic females. Call, you're gonna love this. I know how much you love furries, so you're gonna love this. Morok says, we watched the Mario movie last night in Riverboat Jack's Discord, and the trade centers got blown up there too. What a shame. Maps and Mimics, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. I appreciate that. Alright, this one's for you, whatever Call's fake name is on here. I already forgot. It's like LGBT Fudge Factory or something. This one goes out to you, and then we're gonna call it a night, okay?
Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the greatest and most attractive characters ever thought up. He can run at sound speed, take out enemies in a flash, and best of all, he's blue-colored and knows how to handle the females. Speaking of females, the Sonic universe might also be classified as hot chick heaven because there's such a mess of very beautiful and tough women that it'll make you love the franchise.
It's so bad. I don't understand people who want to fuck the Sonic characters. I don't care if someone's a furry. I don't care. But I really don't get the Sonic thing. The Sonic characters are not attractive. What are you doing? Don't fuck Sonic the Hedgehog.
Even more. And since Valentine's Day is around the corner, I've been inspired to make a...
Zero M80 says, I thought Kermit the Frog did 9/11. No, Kermit the Frog was accidentally responsible for 9/11 in a butterfly effect sort of way. That's canon to the Muppets, I'm not kidding. Daddy Sume says, okay, I agree, but Rouge is 100% fucks. Don't fuck cartoon characters! Made for children!
Top 10 list of the most beautiful female Sonic.
Fur Affinity disagrees. See? Now I don't think it's Call, because I don't believe for a second that Call for an Uprising knows what Fur Affinity is. So this is not Call for an Uprising. Confirmed. Fun troll, though.
Characters. Grab yourself a snack and a glass of orange juice, and try not to...
Oh, you told him what it was earlier? Okay, could be then.
...reach through the screen, because here we go! Number 10. Try this question on for size. Who chases and hugs Sonic all the time and wields a powerful hammer?
Rouge was made for CWC. Yeah, we're not talking about CWC anytime soon. Maybe after the trial.
Why, it's Amy Rose, of course.
Oh,
Though
God.
more of a cutie than a hottie, you can't deny the fact that she's still attractive. Two things that make her attractive are the fact that she wears a dress, and when have you ever seen 3 big, very smooth arcs of hair sticking out of a person's forehead? I haven't. So, once again, Amy Rose is lovely. That is, until she goes berserk and starts hitting stuff with her hammer. Who's at number 9? It's this alien plant girl from a distant planet, Cosmo from Sonic X. She arrived on the character's planet to deliver a message saying that the galaxy was under attack by a force called the Metarex. She doesn't do much except tell people to stop fighting and...
She also looks like a 6-year-old, so this is creepy as shit. Wagrode says, nobody shows people attracted to Sonic characters a chia pet on a stick. You won't get it back. Ew.
Focus on the real matter at hand. The real reason she lands at the number 9 spot is that she becomes Miles Tails Prower's sweetheart. Something Tails needed for a long while. Numero 8.
Can we not have the opinion that Miles Prower, aka Tails, needs to fuck? He does not need to fuck. He's a cartoon fox.
Cream the Rabbit's mother, Vanilla. She's attractive and is the size of an average human mother. What really surprises me about her is that the leader of Team Chaotix, Vector the Crocodile, falls in love with her.
I'm kind of concerned that Fudge Factory LGBT is being so quiet about this. Are they busy? Is one of their hands busy right now? Lots of Tails hentai on the internet. In fairness, there's... Okay, first of all, okay, Call. I got it. Not all... It's time for a lesson. Call. Not all animated pornography is hentai. That's a specific thing. Just because Tails is a cartoon doesn't make it hentai. It just makes it cartoon porn. Alex subscribes and says, aw, sick, glad we could hang out, having lots of fun, shaking axe. I'll be there soon, I'm sorry, Call for an Uprising showed up, and I have to show him someone being horny for Sonic characters. Blackwing Hecate says Miles Prower is also, you know, 10. He fucks, though, so... Oh, seriously, after this video, I'll be over, guys.
Kinda silly, don't you think? She's another character that doesn't do much, but in a Season 3 episode of Sonic X, she helps Chris Thorndike get into space to fight the Metarex along with Sonic and friends. What number's next? 7, of course. Wave the Swallow from Sonic Riders. People always root for the good guys, but sometimes the bad guys steal the show. Her mechanical IQ is equal to Tails. She also happens to be the smartest member of the Babylon Rogues. I wonder why she isn't the leader. Like Jet the Hawk and Storm the Albatross, her specialty is riding the airboards called Extreme Gear. With 2 very long and smooth feathers extending from her head to her calves and droopy eyes, Wave will rock your socks. If only we could see her.
Alex, which Sonic the Hedgehog character do you most want to fuck?
Take wing.
Jake, same question.
Numero 6. To call the Echidna from Sonic Adventure.
She was in like 2 scenes in that game.
1. Named after an ancient Mayan city of the same name, Tikal is the daughter of Chief Pakakamak. She's yet another character that hardly does a thing, except beg her father to stop.
What about you? Yes, Fudge Factory, who definitely isn't Call for an Uprising. Which Sonic character do you want to fuck? That's the important question here. I would have been gone 20 minutes ago if it weren't for this.
Being so greedy. She also traps herself inside the Master Emerald so that the water god Chaos doesn't rain terror upon the land. When you're the daughter of a person in the highest power...
Morak says, spoilers, the kid who made this video grew up to be Call for an Uprising.
You need to look your best, and Tikal delivers perfectly. That's why she's number 6. Number 1, 2...
You like the Edgelord with the Illuminati powers with the one eye. Edgelord with the Illuminati powers with the one eye. Is there a Sonic character with one eye? Oh, you're just making up a character because Call for an Uprising. Edgelord, Illuminati powers, one eye. Yeah, that's not a Sonic character. That's not fun. Blackwing Haggerty says, I think Big the Cat would be fun to cuddle in. Sarson says, if I wasn't an atheist before, I sure am now.
3, 4, 5!
Shadow has both eyes, though. Hold on. Like, the only hedgehog that would even be considered an edgelord would be Shadow the Hedgehog. Or Shadow the Edgehog, if you would prefer. So. The true edgelord. Okay, good to know. Call for an Uprising is horny for Shadow the Hedgehog. Mike Max with an image link. Oh! Okay. Infinite. Yeah, I haven't played Sonic games past, like, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 when I was, like, 13, so I'm not familiar with this character. That's my bad.
Mina Mongoose from the Sonic Archie comics. How could you go wrong with a girl who looks like this?
How did a human being make this and not go, I shouldn't post this?
She could run nearly as fast as Sonic, and she went from being a freedom fighter to being a pop star singer.
Yeah, that follows.
Next to Princess Sally, she looks more humanoid than the other characters.
Does she? Okay.
Who could top someone who has long mauve hair?
I think the guy who made this video wants to top her, if you know what I mean.
This female standing at number 4,
Female.
Blaze the Cat. One word, pyrokinesis. How would you like to have that superpower? I mean, Blaze could play around in the Himalayas.
I know, I do have shit to do. Alright, I'm done fucking with either Call or random troll who's acting like Call. I don't know either. Either way, it's been fun, Fudge Factory, so if you want to show up again, you know, I'll show you some more videos. If you get some content out of this for your channel, that'll be fun. Definitely use the Rem Lazar stuff. That's golden. And yeah, I don't know. If you are called, genuinely, if you ever want to have a discussion, let me know. You can, like, DM me. I forget what it's called, Whisper, here on Twitch, and we'll set something up. There'll be ground rules, obviously, because you're kind of a huge piece of shit. But, you know, if you genuinely want to talk, that's fine. Just hit me up. Alright, have a good night, everyone. I'm gonna go enjoy my movie, with my friends, which, I call, friends are people who voluntarily want to spend time with you when you're not a shitty person. I know that's confusing. So, why am I so mean? I don't need to be this fucking mean. In fairness, he was mean to me first. You know? Alright, let's see who we're gonna raid. Oh, and whoever I raid to, I know that that person's a troll, but if I raid, maybe warn the person, like, hey, this person raided with us and they're a troll, ban them. You know. So passive-aggressive. No, just aggressive. Fuck you. Peach Tay with 50 bits. Thank you. Is Cirrus on? Not to my knowledge, no. That would have been perfect, though, if Cirrus was on. Okay, who am I gonna raid? I don't know who I want to raid. I guess Liv is live. I don't want to raid Lumi right now because, you know, Lumi is too sweet for Fudge Factory to go in and be a shithole about it. Maybe Blizzbear? Because I'm pretty sure Blizzbear would fucking destroy Call for an Uprising if Call for an Uprising decided to be a little shit. So, let's do that. Alright, have a good evening, everyone. I'm gonna go have fun with my friends. I'll see you guys later. Call, I hope you have a good evening. Get vaccinated. There's no such thing as the Illuminati. Satan isn't real. Witches and magic aren't real. And maybe chill the fuck out. That'd be cool. Have a good night, everyone. See you guys tomorrow for some other stream. I don't know what we're gonna do. It'll be good. That's true. I am a lizard person. Call, I'm a lizard person. I'm a reptoid. Fun fact. I consider that the end of the stream. Oh, have you seen my Freemason gavel someone sent me? Oh, the glare's kind of screwing it up. We'll raid in a second, but I want to make sure that person get... Oh, look at that. I have a Freemason gavel. Where'd I get that from? I declare this episode over, and I declare Call for an Uprising to be very funny. Have a good night, everyone.